Monday, Fish, 21st of January, 2020. And this is very interesting. A few people have emailed me over this. By the way, my email, a lot of people keep asking for my email. I'll put it down in the description box, okay? But I had to show you this because I'm reading this. I've had this up for a couple days. Unprecedented security as dozens of world leaders attend Jerusalem event, okay? So in Jerusalem, they're having this gathering to observe the 75th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz, including 24 presidents, 4 kings, 4 prime ministers, so on and so forth. But what caught my attention here is very interesting. I'm just led to these things, and I know that they have a meaning. I just don't know exactly what it is, but I want to share it with you. The 24 presidents, so on and so forth. They have, Pelosi's over there visiting it before she goes to Jerusalem and all these things. And I started thinking, well, we got this Auschwitz thing and the Jerusalem event. So I went to the Google Earth. I was just prompted to go to Google Earth, right? And here we have Jerusalem, right? And this is the garden tomb of Jesus right here, okay? Now check this out. You just gotta see this. I don't understand it like I said, but you gotta see it. Let's go over to Auschwitz, right? This is the famous Auschwitz concentration camp right here, okay? So I drew a line and it just blew me away because this has meaning to it. This is where the train tracks would bring the people into the camp, right? So I go right at the gate where the train tracks are, okay? And we go back to Jerusalem to the tomb of Jesus, okay? Now check this out. This is extremely interesting indeed. Keep an eye on the kilometers there, the measurement. Right over to the tomb of Jesus. And what do we have? 2,424 kilometers. 24. They're having these 24 presidents in Jerusalem this week. But what's really crazy is in the Greek concordance, the word for 24 is Jesus. That is Yahushua. Okay? Now, it doesn't end there. Let's go to Matthew 24. There shall arise false Christ. Remember we were talking about with Kanye the other day? Behold, he is in the desert. Well, Matthew 24, and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. 24. 2,424 kilometers from the tomb of Jesus to Auschwitz concentration camp. That, to me, is worthy of sharing. So I am. Now, I showed you the relationship with Auschwitz and Jerusalem, and they're having all the kings and presidents and everything. Well, there's a lot of kings and presidents also right now meeting in Switzerland at Davos. Little Greta Thunberg is there scolding the elites about climate change. Trump is over there touting the pro-worker agenda and says, great American comeback has arrived, right? The Pope is urging for Davos to focus on people, not profits, while Trump is touting a thriving U.S. and rejects the warnings from prophets of doom at Davos, right? It goes on and on, you guys. Yeah, and little Greta is calling for an end to all fossil fuel investment now. And you better listen to Greta. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because it's just so interesting. If we go to where Davos is, right, here in Switzerland, where they're having this meeting, and don't forget, this is the World Economic Forum. They're here to get their marching orders from their master, and that's all there is to it, right? And these two red lines, literally point to the beginning and the end of the Gothard Base Tunnel. Do you remember that? You remember this little gem of a ritual that they did? Saying to the world, we are worshiping the devil and following the council of demons. I mean, people just don't understand the depths of this. They revealed this to the world for a reason. And it just so happens that as all these things are going on in Jerusalem and Davos and Auschwitz, this little ritual as of tomorrow, the 22nd, will have been 1331 days ago. And why is that interesting? Because it is the rebellion, frontwards and backwards. Not to mention we got that 311 in there a couple times as well. It's there. I can't help it. So they're in Davos. They're in the heart of the devil's territory. And if we follow this line here from the Gothard Tunnel and we go to Auschwitz from Davos, I mean, check this out. You remember the other one from Auschwitz to Jerusalem was the 2424, which I believe is just Satan mocking Christ. And this is more of a mocking. We'll go to the same gate before that I showed you. I mean, look at this, you guys. Look at those numbers, the distance. 777.77 kilometers from Davos to Auschwitz gate. That's just crazy, you guys, but that's what it is. So I have to share this stuff with you. The 777 is just Satan's ultimate mocking of God's perfection. You got to understand, he is the God of this world, and that's what all these kings, presidents, and prime ministers are doing in Davos, and then they're hopping on over to Auschwitz, 777.77 kilometers away, to pay their homage to death, and then they're going to hop on down to Jerusalem to mingle with the synagogue of Satan. So I had to show you this stuff. It's on, people. I pray you know Jesus.
I want to see a Swiss system. I mean, I wouldn't mind being conquered by Switzerland right now.
1 year ago, I came to Davos and told you that our house is on fire. I said I wanted you to panic. I've been warned that telling people to panic about the climate crisis is a very dangerous thing to do.
My name is Greta Thunberg Jr. I come from Sweden, and I speak on behalf of future generations. I know many of you don't want to listen to us. You say we are just children, but we are only repeating the message of the United Climate Science. I don't want you to listen to me. I want you to listen to the scientists, and I want you to unite behind the science. And then I want you to take real action. For well over a year, young people have been striking from school every Friday, demanding our leaders take action and unite behind the science. I assure you, we will go back to school the moment you start listening to science and bankrupt your country by joining the Paris Agreement. Is that really too much to ask? The people in power have not yet done that. They continue to ignore us and the current best available science. We teenagers and children shouldn't have to take the responsibility. But right now, our world leaders are acting like children, and someone has to be the adult in the room. Some people, some companies, and some decision makers in particular know exactly what values they are sacrificing to continue making unimaginable amounts of money. We don't have any other manifestos or demands. You unite behind the science. That is our demand. You can help us wake up our leaders and let them know that our house is on fire. We are angry, we are frustrated, and it's because of good reasons. If they want us to stop being angry, maybe they should stop making us angry.
And the reason ice floats is that water has a peculiar property of being at the greatest density at 4 degrees centigrade. And I have a little blue iceberg here that I'm going to float in a volume of water. Nearly overflow, capsize the iceberg. Okay, settle down. I'm going to fill this up to nearly overflowing. the ice melts, the volume does not increase of the ice-water combination, and so none of the water will spill out. And that makes sense if you realize that as the water melts, its density increases because it's turning back into liquid water. Okay, so here the ice is gone and we've got no spillage whatsoever.
Striking is not a choice we relish. We do it because we see no other options. The science is crying out for urgent action, and still our leaders dare to ignore it. So, we continue to fight.
I want to see a Swiss system. I mean, I wouldn't mind being conquered by Switzerland right now.
A good person has sent me this. Excellent. This is octagon everywhere. There's a G. The Templars G, hidden in it. The Swiss Templars cross, the all-seeing eye, octagon. This is the Swiss cross again. This is Alex Jones's stuff with the V of the Templars. It's all hidden in here. And here too, the Templars cross and the Swiss cross in the middle of it. And I'm very sure you'll find more things in it as well, It's all hidden. Symbols don't lie. And this guy here who's supposed to know all these things, he's telling us about it. I mean, why is he using it? Eh? It even says, this is quite cynical, open up your eyes. So cynical. Well, we are opening up our eyes, mate.
I want to see a Swiss system. I mean, I wouldn't mind being conquered by Switzerland right now. Nigger, nigger, the clan is getting bigger.
Yeah, super male vitality with the Ku Klux Klan Swiss cross on it of the Templars.
And I pray it blesses someone. It's because there's something here. So, y'all have a great day. God bless you all. Peace and grace to you. Many fish.
Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armour of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armour of God,